Look, during our campaign and Meet the Candidates, what's been happening is there's been a lot of promises made. And what I think the community's got to question, given where we've come from, and we're in a great position at the moment, can we actually afford these promises? Do you know what the costs are? And is that really the community's priority, or is it a candidate's priority? Bearing in mind that each of our townships is entitled to some sort of benefit and really, really does want to see something happening. So I caution people to think, it's easy for everyone to go out and promise the world, but you've got to ensure that they are, they're realistic and they can be delivered. One of the proposals mooted has been the revitalisation of the Airlie Esplanade, and look, it's a great project and obviously needs a lot of consideration and support by not just the landowners but the tenants and the users there. But these sort of projects, as we've just delivered a upgrade to the Main Street, was a very costly exercise. We need to actually see what the cost of that is and whether we can afford it within our budget. I think going out and promising people is different to having a vision. A vision can be that we grow our towns, we grow our main streets, we create beautiful interconnection between our community and tourists. And that's something I think that we should all strive for. But to go out promising one particular project, I think community's got to put their hand up and say, well, is it this year? Have we got the dollars in the bank? And is it really going to happen? Look, over the past few years, we've been building up our reserves, obviously, because we've got a major project which is in Bowen, which is the sewage treatment plant. So our funding will be allocated predominantly to achieve that because it's a major piece of infrastructure that's required. What Council's looking at is being much more innovative, so that we're looking at recycling and using that water. Now, we've got a really good reason to do recycling in Bowen in particular, because what we can do with that water is we can take that back to our parks, take it back to our entrance statements, and we'll be our own customer. But obviously we'll be saving, because we won't be using treated water in our parks and gardens, which is an absolute wonderful bonus for our community. So recycling of the water is a key thing. We've got to look at the promises that we make to our community are actually deliverable, and I really do feel that working to get the Bowen sewage treatment plant, which is a real priority, because people that live in Bowen know that there's many streets that currently exist that aren't even sewered, so it's a major, major project. And I do believe that this is forecast in our 2017 forward budget, and I do believe that we'll be able to deliver it. One of the other things is that any of the funding that Council goes out and tries to attract requires that we have 50% of that funding. So, and we have to demonstrate as a council and a community that we've got an economic benefit and that it will create jobs. So the projects that we've tried and put up, because it's struggled to have that 50% funding, because a lot of projects are multi-million dollars, is ones that generate jobs but also value add to our community. And it's a good way of looking at ticking all the boxes that government's looking for. For experience, integrity and results, vote 1 Jenny Whitney.